What is up, YouTube? This is Destiny TCG's first video, and I'm happy to say that I went to a box tournament event thing and ended up going undefeated 6-0 with a really good deck. And yeah, let's hop right into it. I'll go over matchups and stuff. And a quick shout out to Paul for hosting the event at Patriot Games. There was a good turnout, and yeah, it was a lot of fun.
Alright, so it was a Burst of Destiny like box event. It was a lot of fun. Again, shout out to Paul. Shout out to all the guys that went. It was a lot of fun. But let's get right into it. Played Swordsoul. Deck was crazy. This card is really good. Starter, kind of an extender if you're going second. Super good. Have to play it at 3. I think 3 is right. Even if you're playing Tenyi build, this card just helps consistency, and it's definitely worth playing 3. 3 Moye, 3 Tactician. Don't cut this card to 2. You want to see it. It's really good, and it's a worm. It's a Swordsoul. You can reveal it. You can add it back with Adara. 2 tie. You don't need to play more than 2 because it's more of your follow up. You want it to be your follow up. You can start with this card. You don't play 1 because you play Desires, but you do only need 1, and you'd rather see the Moye and the Longyuan in your opening hand. If you see this, it's fine, but you don't need to. That's why I played 2. 3 emergence, 1 and 1. So I know a lot of people play 2 of this. You only need 1. If you banish it, it's fine. If you can add it, sure. You're usually grabbing Longyuan anyways if you don't have it. It really just depends on what you draw with Moye. Yeah, like if you can use this card, great. If you can't, then yeah, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Yeah, that's all the Swordsoul cards. For the Tenyis, I played 3 Ashina, 3 Vishuda, and 3 Adara. That was it. No Vessel. Vessel's bad. It's mostly like just foolish most of the time unless you have another Tenyi. But you'd rather just have the name so you can reveal it and play with your Swordsoul cards. But yeah, this was really good. I wouldn't change this at all. Sure, like people will say like Adara's bad, but literally if you open any combination of 2 Tenyis, like you have combo. Like, it's so good. Yeah, I think that's great. For like utility cards, we played 2 Ash, 2 Valor, and 3 Imperm. So it's a little strange, but it really works. Imperm and Valor are like better right now, I think. Ash was just there to pair with them, and if you drew like multiple, like any combination of these, you were in a decent spot. And you can always just search these off of Chow thing. That's like always an option too. But yeah, Imperm's insane. That was all the hand traps, and then I did play 2 Chalice and a Droplet because I didn't have the 3rd Chalice in yet, so I played Droplet. That was fine. Chalice is really good. You don't want to use your resources for Droplet, so like, Chalice is just better in this deck. Yeah, so this should be 3 Chalice. 3 Desires, and then Call By and Imperial Order. This was like the main deck out to mine, and it's just like really good. Call By is Call By. Call By is so good when you draw it. It's always good. 40 cards, super consistent, did really well today. For the extra, I did play 3 Monk because like I felt like in the grind games, you do need the 3rd Monk, and you can afford to play it. Like with the extra deck, it's really not that tight, so I figured why not. It was good enough to play, and it worked out. I think I went into the 3rd one maybe once or twice today. Shaman, this is like backup plan. It's pretty good at like forcing interruptions too. Like all the Tenyi cards just force interruptions, which is so good. If you're playing the Tenyi cards correctly, like they're insane. They're actually so good. But But yeah, Shaman's really good. And then I did opt to play Masters today. I actually didn't go into it, but this is just kind of like the one slot that's iffy right now. The theory was like, if I get token collected and I still have a name I can activate, then I would just go into this with the Tenyi and the whatever Swordsoul I summoned that they drop token collector on, and then just go into Shaman, go into this, and I was fine. Because this can destroy the token collector, and he can't be destroyed by battle with effect monsters, so it's kind of neat. I don't know if it's worth playing, but it is really good. Yeah. And then 2 Qishao and 1 Changying. I went into Changying so many times today, and it was just so good. The card is so oppressive, and like, it's cracked. It's actually cracked. If you can make this card, make it. It's so good. I did play 2 Boxia. I like this a lot because I went for Chalfang as much as I possibly could. Plays around so much, and like Boxia is just insane. Like having the second one for follow-up to crack their board if they can make one through yours. Yeah, definitely worth. And then Yazi and Chalfang. Yazi's insane. Can't be targeted by card effects, your opponent's card effects. Chalfang, like, just, it beats Drytron. Like, that's what happened today. Card was really good, and then, you know, it searches Ecclesia or Hand Trap. And I actually got to use the third effect. I destroyed a Wind Monster, summoned Taya from the deck. It's cracked. And then, Draco, the Berserker, and Dragite. These are both solid. This is like a pseudo Boral Sword for the deck, and Dragite this is really good against like Eldritch, honestly. And like if they're not expecting you to just like go straight into this can negate like Called By or like imperms and stuff to help your other plays go through. It's really good. And then the MVP, Barone. Barone's cracked. This card is really good. It does everything. Negates cards, pops cards, summons cards for free. Like, it's so good. And then the side did pretty well today. Droll actually did not draw this against like Drytron players, but it's really good. This card is definitely like mandatory to have somewhere in your deck, I think. I did play 3 Lancia. So there was like VW players there today, and this card was like pretty solid, and it's not bad against the mirror, so they can't push through your stuff with Tenyis, and it just makes it harder to play. And obviously like PK and to stop evenly matched, this card helps with that. Pretty good. This card is so insane. Probably one of the best like arguments to play this deck right now is so you can play this card says they can't play for their turn. It's pretty insane. I didn't main this though because I wasn't really too sure what to expect for this event, and ended up being more Floowandereeze than I expected, and this didn't come up much at all, to be honest, but it's still insane and worth having in your side at the very least. This card is insane. I think this is kind of a staple in the majority of people's sides right now because it just wipes the board. You can play through like a few interruptions and try to force their Omni negates, and then if you resolve this, you're just kind of in there, and this is really good. This helped me win the final. And then Harpies and Reboot. Yeah, I feel like Reboot's mandatory because of Harpy's Feather Storm right now. It's really good. And then these did really well today too. Judgment is so good. It's another card that'll stop evenly and stuff. Dark Ruler, all that jazz. Super good. But yeah, that's the deck. Super good, super consistent. I had a lot of fun with it, and I think I'm gonna have a lot of fun moving forward. Maybe tweak it just a little bit, but I think overall, like, it's insane. It's such a good deck. But yeah, hopefully I can get a few more deck profiles of the other guys that topped, and I can get them up on the channel soon. But stay tuned for some more content on Destiny TCGs. Peace.